8 days out from the Olympic Games, mate. What's going through your mind right now, leading to Beijing?
Just, obviously things like, getting to how we're going to respond, how things are going to be like as a team. Guys have been good and, we're just trying to get this whole, ship sailing right. Everyone's a bit nervous about the whole experience. I mean, it's going to be tough, and I think, leading into it, it's always, everyone's a bit on edge because, there's not really expectations for us. Everyone's a bit, we're a bit like, the underdog, I suppose, and no one knows what we can do, but there's a good belief in our team that we can actually, upset some of the big teams and, do something special. So I think, leading into it, we've got a good mentality and the guys are feeling, pretty positive. Obviously tonight we had a good game against China, and I think, this Diamond Ball is going to be good at lead up, first time having the whole team together. All the guys have been great, and I think, we're working hard as a team to try and keep this team mentality going.
Does that add to the sense of belief, taking care of China in its own backyard?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously every win helps. I mean, but saying that, we can't get ahead of ourselves or nothing. I mean, it's not like we've, matched up against, the heavyweights like Argentina or anything like that. So, I mean, but beating China on their soil is no easy feat. I mean, obviously, for us to beat them was, it's tough. So we did a good job, I thought. And, it's early days. So we're still, like I said, we're building as a team and we're looking forward to the challenges that come along.
Talk a little bit about that Yao factor with China. You've had a crack at him a couple of times, haven't you?
Yeah, well, he's tough. I mean, you see the size of him. He's like, massive on the court. And to try and, take him out of the game, you've got to play a bit more upbeat and whatnot. So, I thought we did a good job of that, going up and down the floor a bit. And, I thought Andrew did a great job defending him and stuff. I mean, Yao's one of the premier big men in the world. I know he's coming off injuries and stuff like that, so he's probably not at his peak. But, even saying that, you still have to limit him. You're seeing what he's like, so he's like a megastar over here.
Yeah, it seems like he's still chasing air at the moment, doesn't it? He's really...
Yeah, I mean, but still, for what he does, he obviously is a focus of the team for China, so, it's no easy thing, he's got to carry that kind of load, so...
I reckon it's been quite amazing so far to see just how big he is in his homeland, and I reckon it's about to go up a whole new notch, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't know how he'd do it. It's like it's like having the paparazzi around him 24/7. He's just, he stands out like crazy, and, for all the Chinese people who run up to him, want photos and stuff, I just saw a little bit of it, and I'm astounded by it. What
does it mean for you, mate, to be stepping out in the green and gold again?
It's great. Like I said, it's an honour every time you do it. It's a special thing. Going to the Olympics, I've said to a couple of people around the ways, friends of mine, oh, you're going to the Olympics, and they kind of look at you, wow, you're going to the Olympics kind of thing. It's like, yeah, this is my second Olympics. It's like, yeah, it's a great thing. They're like, geez, that's a pretty big feat in itself, And I was like, yeah, I know, it's great. It's good to be, a part of it, be amongst it. I think, I'm looking forward to this time because I've got a bit of experience leading in, so I can kind of, show the younger guys, what it's about, and, hopefully give them a bit of, tips and stuff along the way to try and, make it more comfortable for them. But, it's a great feeling to be amongst it, and, I'm really looking forward to this challenge of trying to do something special.
What was the 04 experience like for you?
It was a real big eye-opener. Obviously being amongst it for the first time, it was really, I was not one of the key parts of the team, but I was, felt a good part of it. So, it was a good experience, like I said, getting used to that kind of thing. I felt we were a bit, down and, the belief factor wasn't there as much as there is in this group, like we could do something special. It was a bit of a disappointing how we finished up. We dropped our game against Puerto Rico, and that really, threw a spanner in the works, I suppose you could say. So that was it was a bit disappointing in that aspect. But it was a great experience to be around it. Like I said, the Olympics it's a major event in the world, sporting world. So to be just a part of it is, like I said, it's a great feat in itself.
What are your thoughts on Bogut? What sort of package has that developed into over the last 3 years in the NBA?
Oh, I think he's developed a lot as a person and as a player. Obviously, he's playing really well. I was surprised by, how he finishes around the basket, his athleticism now, his body, he's strong as anything. And, he's exceptional, I think, in that aspect. Obviously, now he's getting taken care of by Milwaukee. He's signed his new deal, so, he's happy in that aspect. But as a person, you can see he's grown as a person. He feels more comfortable. He shows a bit more leadership, I think, in this group. Whereas in Athens he was more the young guy. So it's good to having him around. Obviously it makes a whole new ball game when we've got him in the team. So the guys have been good, I think. In trying to involve him, get him amongst it. So so it doesn't, you know, rock the team chemistry too much. And I think, you know, he's done a good job as a person to fit into it as well. So it's been a good experience so far, and I'm hoping that, you know, over this next week and a bit, things can move in well and we can really slide him in, and, you know, everything will be moving smoothly before the Olympics.
Another player who's caused a lot of excitement back in Australia over the last 12 months is Paddy Mills, and obviously one of the young guys on the team.
Yeah.
And I guess he's been earmarked as the point guard for the next 10 years. Can you talk a little bit about what Paddy's brought to this team?
He's brought excitement, I would say, in one word. I mean, he's just, like he gets into it. Like, you know, once he gets going in the game, he can really push that ball up the floor and, you know, bring some real speed to the game. And, you know, in defence, he hustles like anyone. And, you know, he's so quick. You know, sometimes you think he's 2 steps behind. Next thing he's on the ball. It's like, it amazes me still, like, sometimes when I see that. And, you know, he's a good guy as well. Like, off the court, you know, on the court, he's, you know, he's always trying to do his best for his teammates. He's, you know, it's a great thing to have in this team, you know, someone so young but, you know, that can have an influence on the team like this.
Infectious to see a kid play with a joy for the game like that?
Yeah, it is. It's good. It kind of gives you a rejuvenation, I suppose, because after so many years playing professional, you know, you kind of lose that kind of feeling a bit. But then, you know, you see a young kid like Paddy, he's not even getting paid to play the game, and, you know, he's running around the court like a little blowfly. So, I mean, it's great. I love it, you know, just playing and being amongst it. I love to, you know, try and give him tips along the way, and, you know, try and, you know, guide him and show him what, you know, how things need to be done and this kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he develops along, you know, along the years. So,
your love of the game is strong as ever?
Yeah, I've got to say, I mean, it does wear on you professionally as a player. I mean, I've been through some pretty bad injuries, so that does definitely, you know, when you're playing, it kind of wears on you, you know, in that aspect. You don't, you know, sometimes your body's hurt and you know, have to go out and play. But no, I've got to say, like, I really like the game, and like I said, I love being around the guys, and I love, you know, the change room banter and all that, and just, you know, the whole camaraderie kind of thing's really what makes me, you know, go, I suppose, what makes me tick, I suppose you could say. So, yeah, I love it, and the challenge of, you know, succeeding every year is great. Like, this year it's going to be with Barcelona, so I'm looking forward to the challenges that poses. Just right now, going to the Olympics, you know, the challenge of trying to keep this team, everyone on the same page, and with the belief of trying to win a medal. It's, you know, it's exciting things for me, and, you know, as a person, it's great. I'm just proud, you know, I'm proud to be a part of it.